I'm Professor Huxham. I'm a Bayesian expert. We're going to be studying advanced experimental design in this module. Now, many students failed this course, so you're going to have to work very hard at this course. Now, I know, of course, that you'll have covered already Type 1 and Type 2 errors during your A-levels and higher. I know that you all studied this before A-levels, so this first slide is just a reminder. You'll be familiar. So please write that down very quickly if you can't remember that stuff, and we'll now move on quickly to power analysis. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody, and a warm welcome. Good morning. My name is Mark Huxham, and I know that some people struggle with statistics, but what we're going to do in this course is to put it in context. And just like you, I don't come from a statistical background, so I'm going to be helping you to do that. So what I want to do to start with is to ask you all a simple question. In the UK, here in the UK, we have schools which have single-sex schools, so just boys and just girls, and we also have mixed-sex schools. And if you look at the results in these schools, the best results for girls are when they're in single-sex schools. Now, you might have some ideas about why that might be the case.
The end of today's session. I'm just wondering if you've got any questions that you want to ask before you go. Anybody?
No. What is reading list?
The semester starts in September. I think it's September, and I think it's the 7th. Any other questions? Anybody at the back?
The books. You didn't understand. He's asking about the books. To read books.
Right. Okay.
Она не понимает, что ты говоришь. For the home, для работы домашней. Library. But
we need a cheap book. Cheap book for homework.
Where? Cheap book.
Yes.
Cheap book.
Can we get cheap book?
It's in your handbook.
Okay.
Не понимает, что вы говорили. Спрашиваю, она не понимает.
We need a cheap book to do homework. A cheap book.
Welcome to this first tutorial on research methods. Today we're going to be talking about something really exciting, and that is the first time you start to think about your own research projects. The sorts of research projects. Hello. Hi, come on in. Come sit down. Welcome. That's all right. So, we're going to start thinking about the sorts of research questions that you might want to ask and the sorts of research methods that might be applicable to them. Trying to get at this rich description of what it is that's going on. You're trying to really get... Really?
Miss Madas.
We're starting to think about the sorts of questions that you can answer easily with a yes, no sort of an answer. The sorts of questions that you can reduce down to a set of responses that you can replicate. And to think about the sorts of questions that would be useful in that scenario. What is it that you could ask someone again and again? What things could you ask again and again to get the same information, so you can get enough information to form what we call a data set?
Yeah, we're on. Excuse me. Okay, bye. Bye. Love you too. Sorry, wait, sorry about that.
As I was saying, the interesting thing about qualitative data is you're really starting to get underneath the question. You're not just asking a yes or no, you're not trying to reduce the data.
Then on the mammalian heart, we can think about it as a box with 4 chambers. So on the left-hand side of the heart, as we look at it, we have the right atrium and the right ventricle. On the right-hand side of the heart, as we look at it, we have the left atrium and the left ventricle. And if we think about blood flow, and we start at the right atrium, blood goes from the right atrium to the right ventricle, and then it goes from the right ventricle to the lungs. So the lungs are used for gaseous exchange, and CO2 comes out and oxygen goes in. So now we have our oxygenated blood, which goes to the left atrium. From the left atrium it goes to the left ventricle. From the left ventricle it goes to the body tissues. And again, gaseous exchange takes place, which is the opposite to the lungs. So we have oxygen coming out and CO2 coming in, and then we get blood going back to the right atrium, and that basically is the blood flow of a mammalian system.
Hi there. Today we're going to be team teaching, Margaret and I, and we'd like you to reflect on what you've learnt so far on this module. And for this, we thought it would be a really good idea for you to do some group work, where you just, reflect about what you've done so far. The instructions are on the sheet, which I'm going to hand out. So yeah, if you could just form some groups and get going, that would be great. Yeah, that's what it's about.
I don't know.
Can you form some groups, please?
Okay. If it's too tricky to move into groups, it's a good idea to work with people that you don't normally work with. So if it's difficult to move, why don't I give you each a number? Okay, so there's about 12 of you in the room. So if I give you all a number, then you'll move into the group of the number that you belong to, okay? So, yes you do. So you're number 1, number 2, number 3, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 1, number 2. Okay, so if all the number 1s come into this row, all the number 2s come into this row, and all the number 3s come into that row. Okay, then you'll all be in a small group. Yeah, well, what's the number? Okay, so just move into your groups.
Number 1. This is row for number 1.
You're number 2. So you just stay. Unless you're staying where you are. Yeah.
Excuse me, she was doing that. You were meant to be in a different group.
You're number 3, so I'm not. No, but you'll unbalance the numbers of the group. So could you come out?
Is this row 1? I'm not
This is 1.
This one.
Too many.
Too many in
I'll sit in the
one.
front.
So do you want us in another group? No.
I can see number
Somebody. Guys, a 3.
So she's number 3. Oh, sorry. What's your name?
3 over here.
Anne. And could you come out, please? It would just be really helpful if you could just come out of there. That would be really helpful if you could just come out of there like that.
Yeah, you can sit there.
I can see number 3.
No, you just stay where you are. You just come out there, please. And that's really helpful. Thank you so much. That's so good. Thank you. Okay, and then we'll get this sorted out. I don't know. I'm going to learn. No, you will. We'll learn lots. Now you join Lachlan down there and we'll do it. Okay, and you
You've
come
got your
back in
bag.
here. Never mind, she gets her bag later.
I'll
You
kick
come
it.
in here.
Classic Anne.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, and if you both go in there.
So what do you think it is?
Both go in there. That's it. You've got all these
You just need to look at your sheets.
So you use these props to help you work through the work on your hand. Okay?
Is it yours? You want yourself to be moved?
Now listen, we've got 5 minutes to get through this exercise, and then we're looking for some feedback. So 5 minutes for you to read the notes and then get some feedback. Okay?
Hang on, I've just got to take this call.
Disrespectful.
In the bus.
Probably not.
Hey, have you seen this video?
No, we're trying to find it now.
It's really, this cat is swimming with the dogs. Carol Williams.
I can't see. Can you pass one over?
Yeah. I'll look in the end out.
What is it? A group one?
I don't know.
Areas of activity.
Can I ask you a question? What is this UK piss off anyway?
No, it's UK.
Oh,
Yes.
I know.
It's,
UK, United Kingdom stands for.
That's it.
Exactly what it is just
Do
now.
you know this? Really, is it? I've had it. It's just a waste of
framework
time.
or
Listen,
something.
it's fine. We don't need to know
I'm not
precisely
getting anything
what
out
it
of
is.
this, and I
I know,
don't think
but you
anybody
can
else.
still
Can we talk about it
It's
maybe?
just a waste of my
I know,
time.
but you've got something important to contribute.
That's quite a nice diagram, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, and it's the same colours as cards.
Is your battery going to die?
Happy dog.
Oh, there we go.
Constructive thing we've done all week.
So I think we've run out of time now, and it'd be really interesting to hear what you've discussed in your groups, and Margaret will take some notes and we can put it up on Moodle.
Excellent. So maybe if we could have some feedback by groups. So if group 1 could give some feedback first, please. Group 1.
Well, I'd like to be able to report something back, but we just have really got no idea
Oh
what
no,
we're
dear.
supposed
She
to
did
do.
my group work.
So
We've looked at these cards, but we don't understand.
it was meant to be about your experience so far in this module, what you've learned.
Well, we looked at the cards.
Well, we were given these, so we thought this is what we were to be doing.
So you didn't relate the content of the cards to your learning experiences?
No.
Oh, well,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, well, we could move on perhaps to group 2. Perhaps you had a more constructive experience with the activity.
And we didn't actually get round to it. We felt like the instructions were too vague. Not
I
very
don't like to
detailed.
move. Once you have a seat, why do you need to move?
Okay, well, I guess that's a different part of the whole group work. What rather than how the group work exercise was organised, what we'd like to hear is what you learned from it.
We agree with the group 1. I agree with group 1.
Yeah.
Not much.
We just need a bit more time, really.
You need more time.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what group 3 have to offer, because I can see that you were really engaged in what you were doing, and there was a lot going on there, a lot of concentration and a lot of
Oh, that's
focus.
us.
Yes, that's you.
Group work. I don't like group work.
Okay.
She doesn't like group work. She really doesn't like group work. So yeah, we don't like group work.
What can we do? What can we do if they won't cooperate?
Yeah, I think we'll just have to end the class and leave it with that.
We'll review some of the learning experiences for next week's class, okay?